Hi VC, it's Aaron, Mytha Alamere. Today I'm continuing my countdown of my top 100 records of the 1980s. This is just regular rock and pop stuff, no heavy metal. There'll be some hard rock, but no heavy metal, no punk in here. And it's a great list. I took months compiling this and I re-listened to all these. The list switched around a lot from when I originally had it written out. I listened to over 250 records. And a lot of records I didn't think would make it, made it on. Some I thought would be shoe-ins, just didn't quite make it because they didn't age as well as I remembered. And this isn't a popularity contest. There's albums in here that are some of the biggest sellers of all time, and they might not make the top 50 even. It's just how I like them and how I think they've held up and how I enjoy listening to them. So this is number 51 through 75 today. I'll count down backwards from 75. And, everyone's lists are going to be different. This is just my personal list. And I'm starting out at number 75 with Billy Joel and Glass Houses. I've always loved this record, especially the first side. Second side's good, but the first side is maybe the best side of music Billy Joel ever did. You may be right. Still Rock and Roll to Me might be my favorite Billy Joel song ever. I love that one. There's a couple others that are right up there with it, but I've always loved that. But this is an awesome record all the way through. Number 74, I've got Speaking in Tongues from Talking Heads. Now this had the big hit Burning Down the House, but the whole thing's really good all the way through. It's a really good listen, and this is maybe my favorite Talking Heads record that I own. I've only got a couple, but I really have always liked this one, and just a great album, the number 74. Number 73, I've got the Fabulous Thunderbirds with Tough Enough. This was a huge album when it was out. I listened to it on cassette constantly. It's got Wrap It Up on here, which that's a great cover song they do. Why Get Up, another great one. But this is a great, just a rockin' album. Not heavy, not hard rock, but just killer. And Kim Wilson's a great frontman, singer, harmonica player. Love this album. Fabulous Thunderbirds at number 73. So at number 72, I've got the Bangles with Different Light. And I've always loved this record, and I remember when I joined Columbia House, this is one of the cassettes I originally got. I got a bunch of heavy metal stuff, and then the Bangles for some reason, because I always liked Walk Like an Egyptian and Manic Monday, If She Knew What She Wants, that's a great one. And Susanna Hoff's a great singer, great front woman, awesome band. Number 71, and this is an album, when I first went into this, I thought there was no way this was making my list. It really blew me away how good the whole album is all the way through. This is Tony Basil with Word of Mouth. Tony Basil. And it's just a great record. Of course, everyone knows Mickey, but I was really surprised that Mickey wasn't even close to my favorite song on here. I really like her cover of Rock On, the David Essex song's really good. Little Red Book is just awesome on here. It's a cover song, a Burt Bacharach song, and it's just great. And she's got it's just a really good feel through this whole album. I really was surprised how much I enjoyed this on re-listen. Number 70, and this is another female-fronted band. This is Romeo Void with Benefactor. Of course, I love the song Never Say Never, one of my favorite songs of the 80s. I absolutely love that. This is a really unique band. They're kind of new wave, but they have a saxophone mixed in at times. And the song Orange, I really love that one. Ventilation, this is a great record, my favorite by them. And I'm glad that I finally got into them a few years ago. So that's at number 70. At number 69, this is a great album. In Excess, Listen Like Thieves. Of course, it starts off with What You Need, one of their best songs they ever did. The title song's awesome. This is a great album. One of my favorite In Excess records. And just a great Australian band at number 69. At number 68, and this might surprise some people that I like this so much, but I've always loved this record. Christopher Cross. Great album. He's such an underrated songwriter and musician. He's a great guitar player as well as being a piano player. I saw some YouTube videos where they brought up his guitar mix so you could hear it in Ride Like the Wind. It just blew me away. And I've always loved that song anyway. Of course, Sailing is on here. Say You'll Be Mine. Maybe one of my very favorite yacht rock albums. Love this album. I've always liked that record for some reason. Just something about it spoke to me when I was young. So, number 67. Number 67, I've got Frontiers from Journey. This has probably my favorite Journey song on it, which is Separate Ways, Worlds Apart. Love that song. Center My Love is on here, Faithfully. Really solid album from Journey. One of my favorite Journey records. Love that album. Number 66. And this is right on the edge of the hard rock metal stuff, and this is my favorite album by these guys. This is Midnight Madness from Night Ranger. I don't really consider them heavy metal. They're more hard rock to me. And it's got You Can Still Rock in America. Love that song. Of course, Sister Christian was the huge hit on here. But this is a really, When You Close Your Eyes, really good album. This is Midnight Madness from Night Ranger. Number 65, Songs from the Big Chair from Tears for Fears. Now, this is a good album. I've always liked it, but for some reason, I never liked the singles too much. I like the rest of the album better, except the song Head Over Heels, I think, is a masterpiece. Absolutely love that. The song Shout and Everybody Wants the World to Rule the World, I just never really connected with those two for some reason. I thought Shout was kind of goofy for some reason, but they're still good songs. But I think the deep cuts on here are the best things, except Head Over Heels, my favorite. Really good album from Tears for Fears. Number 64. This is a great album, hard rocking, guitar virtuoso, Frank Marino with Juggernaut. What a great album. He's such a killer guitarist. He comes from Mahogany Rush. Strange Dreams is so great. I love that. Every song on this is awesome. He's so good on the guitar. Juggernaut, my favorite Frank Marino. I like this better than any Mahogany Rush or Frank Marino solo. This is my favorite. Juggernaut, great album. Number 63. Number 63, I've got Toto 4. Love this album. Steve Lukather is such a great guitarist, so underrated. The Carroll Brothers, just so good. Of course, Africa and Rosanna, all those songs on here. Really great produced album. I love this album. Toto 4. Number 62. This is a very underrated album. I love this one. Tunnel of Love from Bruce Springsteen. Of course, it's got Brilliant Disguise. I love that song. Tougher Than the Rest is really good. I just absolutely love that song. This is a great album all the way through. One of his most underrated records, Tunnel of Love from Bruce Springsteen. Number 61. This album I've always loved, Killer on the Rampage from Eddie Grant. Of course, it's got the huge hit Electric Avenue, but this whole thing's really good. He's a really underrated reggae artist, and he infuses rock into the reggae. Always loved Eddie Grant. This is maybe his best album. The one before I liked a lot too, but this is a great one. Just awesome album all the way through. Really a fun listen, that is. Okay, number 60, and this is the one that's going to surprise some people. It's this low, or that it's this high, depending on how you lean. Michael Jackson with Thriller. Now, when I re-listened to this, I liked it, but it didn't age as well as I thought it would. It's just, some of the songs aged really well. Beat It, Billie Jean, Human Nature is probably the best song on here, really. But there's some of them that I don't think aged as well, like The Girl Is Mine with Paul McCartney. I just think that's kind of goofy. PYT, I always thought was good when I was young, but I listened back and I didn't like it as much as I thought. There's a couple others. And the song Thriller, I always thought was a better video than song. Pretty good song, but, Want to Be Starting Something's all right. But the rest of it is almost like filler to me. But some of the stuff on here is so strong, it has to make the list. Eddie Van Halen doing the guitar solo, Steve Lukather doing guitar all the way through this. I'm talking about on the song Beat It, where Eddie Van Halen played, but Steve Lukather does a lot of the guitar work from Toto on this, and it's awesome. Okay, at number 59, and this is a great album, and I got into this album later on in life instead of earlier, like some of his other albums, but this is Southern Accents from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Awesome album. Of course, the Don't Come Around Here No More was all over MTV, probably one of the most viewed MTV videos he had. But this is a great song, great album all the way through. The song Rebels to start out is awesome. Love that one. And the slow song Southern Accents, really good. Mary's New Car is a highlight on here to me. Really like this album. Number 59. Number 58. And this album, when it came out, would have been in my top 10. But it's not aged as well as some of their other albums. This is Heartbeat City from the Cars. I still love this. Of course, it's got You Might Think, and I've always loved the song Magic. This has always been one of my favorite songs. Drive, of course, the Benjamin Orr song was so amazing. This is a really good album all the way through. It's awesome. All these albums I love. If they made this list, I really like them a lot. So at number 57, and this one it's very polarizing. A lot of the fans of this band love it or hate it. I absolutely love it. My favorite album with Phil Collins, Abacab from Genesis. I absolutely love this album. I even like it better than their self-titled one, and I love that album. But the song Abacab has always been one of my favorite Genesis songs. I love that. No Reply at All is really good. Man on the Corner, just a really good album. I love this. I'm in the camp that loves it. Okay, and number 56. Again, this band, and this barely edged out Heartbeat City. Panorama, the most underrated Cars record. This album is so good, and it doesn't have big hits on it, but it's an amazing record. Touch and Go, probably the most known song from it. Give Me Some Slack is really good. I like every song. This Down Boys is awesome. I think this is so underrated. It doesn't catch you right away because there's not a lot of big hits, but if you listen to it a few times, it really grows on you, and it's a great album. Panorama. Number 55. Journey with Escape. Probably their masterpiece of an album. It's got most of their biggest hits on it. Of course, it starts with Don't Stop Believing. Stone in Love, probably my favorite song on here. Who's Crying Now? Keep on Running. What a great side one. And then Still They Ride. Open Arms to finish it off. That's not my favorite, but it's all right. Good for a ballad. But this is a very good Journey record. Here's another surprising one at 54. This might be some people's number one. I like it. Don't get me wrong, but it's a 54 for me. Purple Rain from Prince. I love When Doves Cry, of course. I Would Die for You. Let's Go Crazy. Darling Nikki's awesome. It's a really good record. So there we go at number 53. And this album I like slightly better than the one that was before it. This is Hard Promises from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. The Waiting is one of my two favorite Tom Petty songs. I absolutely love it. And I think this is a very underrated Tom Petty record. I love this album. Look how beat up that is. I need a new one. Still plays good though. But this is an awesome record from Tom Petty. All the songs are good on it. Flows really well. Number 52. This is an awesome record. I remember when it came out. Tattoo You from the Rolling Stones. Of course, Start Me Up. One of my favorite Rolling Stones songs from any era. I absolutely love that song. Hang Fire's on here. Little TNA. What a great album. This is the best album they did since their initial run, ending with maybe Exile on Main Street or something, but their best album since then. I don't know. Some Girls is pretty good. I like this better. I like Tattoo You a lot. And finishing out at number 51, a very underrated power pop band. I absolutely love this band. In Heat from the Romantics. And this is my favorite Romantics record. I like the first one a lot. This one I like better. Of course, it's got Talking in Your Sleep. That's an awesome song. Rock You Up is great. Every song, One in a Million. I love this. I'm Hip. Shake a Tail Feather is kind of the weakest on here for me, but I absolutely love this record. Number 51, In Heat from the Romantics. And there we go. I will be continuing from number 26 to 50 next. Everyone have a great day. And, well, I'll calm down again. Number 51, I've got In Heat from the Romantics. 52, Tattoo You from the Rolling Stones. 53, Hard Promises, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. 54, Purple Rain from Prince. 55, Journey, Escape. 56, The Cars with Panorama. 57, Genesis, Abacab. 58, Heartbeat City, The Cars. 59, Southern Promises, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Number 60, Thriller, Michael Jackson. 61, Eddie Grant, Killer on the Rampage. 62, Tunnel of Love, Bruce Springsteen. 63, Toto 4. 64, Juggernaut, Frank Marino. 65, Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. 66, Midnight Madness, Night Ranger. 67, Frontiers from Journey. 68, Christopher Cross. 69, Listen Like Thieves from In Excess. Number 70, Benefactor, Romeo Void. 71, Word of Mouth, Tony Basil. 72, Tough Enough, The Fabulous Thunderbirds. 73, A Different Light, The Bangles. 74, Speaking in Tongues, The Talking Heads. And at number 75, Billy Joel with Glass Houses. All right, everybody, I will see you next time. Have a good day.